I don't like being the biggest creature of habit, so I'm gonna try and switch up these intros a little bit. I finally managed to get a no item run for this new power crept stages of the Ultimate Red Zone. Here we're looking at the Android 13 stage. Not really too much to say other than, you know, the luck kind of tipped in our favor, and I brought out a little secret weapon known as the God Goku EZA. What you have to remember here is that he is not under a leader skill, so any defensive numbers that you do see or attack stats that you may see, that does not represent his power. He is like Tech Caulifla in the sense that if there is a movie boss, you can bring him, you don't have to worry. Now, what I overlooked going into this is that these two on the category are not movie bosses, as they are not the big bad boss of the movie. They're just kind of the cannon fodder. Well, not even cannon fodder. They do kind of whoop some ass a little bit. So they are the subunits for the big bad boss being Android 13. So I kind of let that slip over my head, and you're going to see him take 100k right here, but that is a misplay on the user, not a misplay on the unit. He is always going to look good when there's movie bosses around, when there's pure Saiyans around. He is a cheat code. He is a secret weapon. He's not even a secret weapon. He's just a goddamn weapon, you know? Like, there's very few negative things that I could say about that EZA. That is how we do EZAs going forward. Make these guys excel at what they do already. Patch up the holes, give them extra buffs. You know, that's what we got to start doing. All they had to do with God Vegeta was make that guard guaranteed. You can take away some of that attack prowess and just make the guard guaranteed, and that makes him must run in almost everywhere, you know? Like, that's the problem with guard, though. That it makes these guys think too much about how they want to do units going forward, you know what I mean? I mentioned this in an earlier video, I think it was on the Rildo stage, but we talked about this over on the Dokkan podcast, where they are very scared to give units guaranteed guard because they see with Tech Gohan, oh, this is too good, you know what I mean? And that kind of limits how they want to do things going forward because the units age too well. So that's why you're probably going to see units that have guard or those defensive things. That's why they usually stay in, right? It discourages summoning when these EZAs are so good. Like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he's amazing, but you can't possibly think that he's better than the physical version when they fuse, you know? The Int one, you can definitely make the argument. I think the Tech one is just kind of flat out better, but the Int one is still super, super good. Like, let's not get it twisted, right? The Tech one is definitely better. I don't think I said it in a video, but I might have said, like the night of, I was like, oh, the Int one's better, but no, it's not even close. Like, the Tech one has a chance to hit 8 million. That's effective against all types, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, and that can just be turn 2 or whatever after he just does a couple super attacks. The thing with Vegeta, or Gogeta, is he's got to get hit, right? The Int one, he has to be hit for that active skill, and then even then, he still doesn't get up to 8 million. So, but he is super effective against all types compared to Gogeta, the Tech one, being just effective. So, what you're seeing here is more of the same over here on the channel with these Red Zone stages. As I do not have the Tech God unit yet, I'm not done. I'm gonna keep trying. Like, I'm gonna keep summoning on that banner until it's not there anymore. Like, not like, you know, crazy summons every week, but I'm just gonna keep throwing multis at that banner until hopefully we get them. But what can you do, right? So I've been using the GT Hero / Fuse Fighter team just to kind of take me through some of the difficult content in this game, as the 200% leader skill is very, 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 very good. 5.1 million right there, by the way, super effective against all types for this Gogeta. What I want with this Int Gogeta is just people to not forget that this guy is still amazing, you know, like, he had his run as the best TUR for like a month or 2 months, then he got kind of replaced pretty quickly, but when you come, that's the problem, when you come out at the end of the year in that October, November, December time frame, you are right on the cusp of a huge power creep, right? Like, this year is aggressive a power creep as we've seen in a while, to me. Like, last year we saw it with the UI Goku and the Evolution Blue Vegeta, where these guys with their guaranteed crits on additionals and stuff like that, where it's just like, these guys are so insane. I don't see how, like, these are the best units in history. How is Dokkan going to do better? And then we see units that do a 200% leader skill that are hitting 5, 6, 7, 8 million turn 1, and all that fun stuff, right? So Right, that Ink Gogeta is a victim of the time slot that he was in, right? Because then we get the UI Goku and the Evolution Blue Vegeta in just like 3 months after that, so he ages out pretty quick. But I mean, that's not to say he's a bad unit, it's just that he is not going to be as impressive, obviously, as a yearly anniversary LR. So, that's, I guess this is just me saying I have, like, I'm just always going to have a boner for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is basically where I'm at, right? Like, I'm always going to say how good he is all the time. Anyway, back to the run at hand here. We're going to fuse with Tech Gogeta to scout that super out, and we get really lucky here for the sake of the no item run, that this is where I kind of realize, like, this is possible. Like, I can do this right here because I've got no attacks on either of the 2 units, the Super Saiyan 4. So everything is just going to this Tech Gogeta. He can tank pretty well, like he'll get the job done. I think right here he takes 150, 220, okay. And then he's taking 20k a normal. Like, obviously that's a lot, but we're gonna work around that. Like, I know that we're gonna have Tech God Goku on the next rotation, I'm pretty sure. And we just kind of got to slow play it a little bit, stay alive, counter supers, do all that fun stuff, and we will be good to go. Like right here, obviously, we have a very, very good attack stat coming. Like, we got 7.7 million, and then we've got another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta going to town as well. So we just have a lot of damage going right here, decent amount of HP still. Like, you know, we still have, like, what, like 600,000 HP total on the team. And this is with God Goku not being on the leader skill, by the way. So that is why the HP is not like in that 700k range that we're used to seeing. But right here, this is where you can kind of see what my idea is, right? So I take a gamble. I know that obviously God Goku can tank pretty well, but I'm trying to output some damage when the super attack comes. So I'm thinking, let's try and get the counter, see what happens. We can nullify the attack on physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then God Goku will do fine with 2 normal attacks, right? So that's where I'm at, and you'll see that it works out pretty well in our favor. So I know that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does not counter the super, so, you know, we'll have to kind of see where it goes from there. And you also see that Gogeta hits an additional attack for 7.7 million. You think that's good for an easy A? Like, 7.7 million. So obviously you can kind of see where we're going with this, right? I did not use the Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta active skill on the last turn, and you know, we're obviously going to go ahead and let that play out, and that will take care of this if we get out of this phase. And 174,000 is definitely more than I was expecting him to take, but that just goes to show you how hard these red zone enemies hit, that, you know, he still took nearly 200k from a super after, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? He double supered, right? So that defense was obviously going to look pretty well there, very high numbers, and just one crit short, right? Like, if we had just done a little bit more damage, we had it. Yeah, so as you can see with him taking 10k at normal, I wasn't exactly super confident in him taking enough from the super attack, so I feel that, you know, obviously we have the no item run secured, so I turn on the active skill and we go ahead and let that play out, and we let this bad boy Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta do his thing and end up taking down the stage for us, securing the first no item run on the channel for the harder portions of the red zone. I'd have to just re-record some of the other stages, but I did no item run all of the first 4, but the second batch of 4, this was the only one that I've managed to do so far, because they're just way, 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 way harder. So that's all I got for you. Part 2 LRs reveals in a couple hours, so that's going to be super exciting. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment, you know, if you have trouble and stuff like that, I can help you out. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on notifications so you do not miss out on any daily Dokkan content that I post just like this, and I'm out.